Hey Plannerholics! Today I'd like to share with you a really easy way and also budget friendly where you can get your personal die cuts for creative journaling as well as how to store them. If you've watched my past videos, you've seen that sometimes I like to journal in a fun and creative way. This is my Hobonichi Cousin planner, and in the daily pages I don't use them for planning, but instead I use them for creative journaling. As you can see, I like to incorporate little bits and bobs throughout my pages. I have some clippings, stickers, die cuts, washi tape, and a whole bunch of fun stuff going on. So I wanted to share with you all what I do and where I get my cutouts from. I don't cut things out as I journal, but I grab them from a binder, which is this one you see right here, where I've previously cut and stored them. So I want to share how I organize everything and how I go about the process. Like I mentioned, it's a very budget-friendly and very easy way. You don't need to spend tons of money to own different kinds of die cuts or cutouts for your journal spreads. If you haven't guessed by now, this super cheap method to find cutouts is of course using magazines. I am subscribed to some fashion magazines, and I really like the fashion aspect of it and the photography inside them. And sometimes I just simply enjoy reading them. But there's tons of other magazines to choose from, of course. And if you're looking into more beauty magazines, here are just a few that I bought. And mind you, these are last year's issues, so you might want to look around through your house to find old magazines. I personally like to buy the mini versions because they're a little bit cheaper. If fashion isn't your thing, and you don't like those types of images, you can also check out some home decor magazines. These are actually some store catalogs that I grabbed for free. And as you can see, there are many images that you could very well use for journal spreads. Some of these can be used for a beach theme, and if you get creative, you can cut out pictures in a certain way and use them as backgrounds too. You can also grab some travel guides for free at travel agencies. I have a bunch that I picked over the years, and I absolutely love these because the images are amazing. There's tons of landscapes, maps, ethnic images, animal images, and so on. So you see, the options are very much different depending on the look you are going for. The way I store the images is inside this binder by categories. This is a small 3-ring binder that I got at Target, and I'm using the clear plastic sleeves, and each sleeve indicates a different category. As you can see, I have quite a few. The first 2 sleeves are exclusively for my fashion ladies. Some of these images I just like because of the clothes, maybe the makeup, or the style in general. The way the photo was taken, the color combinations, and so on. Here are a few examples of some that I've saved. The next section is for objects and things, anything that doesn't include actual people. So you can get really creative with the pictures you can find in magazines. Here is a section for animals. Anything that has to do with an animal that I like or just a picture in which an animal appears, I will save and store in here. Then I have a section for words and titles. Some of them are in Spanish and some of them are in English, depending on the magazine I found them on. Then I have a section for fitness and food. So anything I'll find of maybe people doing yoga or food that I like, any food dishes or recipes, I will cut out and put in here. Then I have a section for entertainment. This can include images from movies, book covers, maybe famous people that I'm a fan of, anything of the sort. In this next pocket is where I keep all of my travel themed pictures or nature images. And the next section is for any images that might look like they are drawn or doodled. It is all artistic images, graphics, vectors, paintings, and so forth. Next, I have a random section with some Hobonichi pamphlet cutouts that I saved. I also have a spot for some toys. And these last few sleeves are just some random things. In the back, I also include my full page images, no matter the category, just the big images that I liked, the full page spreads from the magazines. And then I have a little purple pocket where I keep some mementos that I've saved over the years. These are just some jewelry cards. I have some movie tickets, stamps, event tickets, drawings from my nieces, business cards, and random things like that. As for the tools you'll need to make these die cuts, the first one is of course the magazine of your choice, a pair of scissors, and maybe a paper trimmer if you want to get nice straight edges on your images, though this is merely optional. So I'm going to go flip through this one fashion magazine in super warped speed so you can watch my image selection process, and in the end we'll look over the different pictures I chose. When I find an image that I like, also always make sure to check the flip side of the page just to make sure that there isn't an image that you like better and you don't cut it out accidentally. The trick is to look over every single thing on the page. Look for words, look for letters, look for little details in the image. Think about what you might want to use the image for as well. So these are all of the images I picked. You really get a variety of images from just one single magazine, and mind you, this is a fashion magazine, so you have to be open with your selection. It's about expanding your creative side and looking over the obvious, taking in the details of photography and using them to your advantage. The storing method, as you saw, is really easy, and you'll have a ton of images to decorate your journals, bullet journals, scrapbooks, and planners, of course. So I hope this video gave you a fun little push to use your imagination and think outside the box when it comes to owning stationery goodies and not necessarily spending huge amounts of money for it. I also welcome you to visit my blog, where I like to share some journaling and planning tips as well. Of course, if you have additional thoughts or comments on the subject, feel free to share them below in the comments for other journal and planner addicts as yourself. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye everyone!